Peace and blessing. Welcome. Rahubat, Rahub, Buenvenido. What's going on, my people? My people, my people. Listen, I'm back. I'm back. I want to continue on to the enlightenment path. Can't stop, won't stop. But before we start, just wanted to, let's start the right way. So I'm going to do a countdown, and then we'll start. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. Here I am again. Hope you're hearing this. Yes, you should be hearing this. Okay. Let me change this around in 1 second. Well, I just wanted to start off by this is the Porto Amarelo. If you're thinking of if you in the near future planning on making a vacation, a trip, weather is getting beautiful. Well, in this area right here, Maunabo, Puerto Rico, the weather is always beautiful. As you can see, look at those. The ocean, you're right close to the ocean, right on the beach, you know what I'm saying? And it's a container and it's very nice. It's for a couple and maybe one child, okay? Here it goes on the outside. You know what I'm saying? This establishment over here, you see in the back here, great. I heard it's great food, and sometimes they offer entertainment. Okay, and let me put up and this is Porto Amarelo Airbnb, Managua, Puerto Rico. So just go to Airbnb, and when you pull that up, it'll tell you the dates that are available, and you can book your dates, your vacation. You know, at a very nice place. Okay. What else do we have? Let's see something. Okay. So let's start again. What we're doing. 1 second. What are we doing? We are again where awareness goes, energy flow. Where awareness, just consciousness go, the energy flow, right? We're going to put this energy, again, what is the awareness? It's a glowing ball of light. Look at it as a glowing ball of light, consciousness, right? Particle glow. And then the mind is a reservoir. It's like a vast space, many different areas in it, like a reservoir. And remember, we have certain minds. You have the mind, the feeling, when you get that gut feeling, that's a reservoir of feeling that is stored up in that brain, in the solar plexus. And then you got the heart, okay, which is the abundance, okay, and it interprets the feelings that you're having and how can that be funneled up to your logical mind, your brain, which is on the top, right? So these are minds. Minds are reservoir of thoughts, energy of feelings, okay? And so, when it goes to a particular area of the mind, it lights up that area, and you become conscious of being in that area of the mind. You know, the art of managing energy is the art of consciously directing your awareness. In turn, energy in a proportionate way to all the people and things in our life that truly matter to us. Okay, so what we're doing is we're placing this ball of light, this energy, on what we call the throat energy center, which is the energy that's behind your voice, the ability for you to speak. So we're gonna go deep into this, deep. All right. So this energy, again, These are centers. And if you look at it's lined up, because that's how we're being taught linearly. We are taught linear in sequences. So when dealing with this type of science, metaphysical science, it's taught in the same way. It's not that when you use Kaelian photography, or you view these energy spectrum coming from the source, coming from the sun, the spectrum that's inside of us, you don't see it line up like this. As a matter of fact, it intertwines with each other. It intertwines. So the energy that is most prevalent, that you feel that you're vibing on, is the one that's the color that you're going to see. Some people are able to see this when they look into your aura, and they're able to see it, right? Okay. Important thing is that this is the cultivation of respect of the creative energy of the multiverse. Now this energy, this area, which is the throat area where we speak, we communicate, deals with truth and the shadow self that can block this energy will be lies. So let's define what is truth. I always use the definition, and I always use the axiom, the principles that I was taught about truth. And that is through reading certain documents, you know what I'm saying, and reasoning, and sitting down and reasoning within myself and applying paradoxical reasoning. And I come to the conclusion that truth is like a puzzle. When all the pieces fit neatly together, they just fit perfectly together, then you get truth. When it's out of place and it doesn't fit, that's where lies comes in, the falsehood. At times, for you to tell a lie, you got to know the truth. And then the truth can be converted into a lie. When you misinform someone, then it becomes fragmented. So those pieces become fragmented, and it doesn't fit. You know, when they do fit, when you're able to take those pieces and fit them neatly together, that it makes sense, common sense. At the same time, you test it with certain reasoning skills, deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, you know what I'm saying, sound right reasoning, paradoxical reasoning, sometimes critical thinking, also critical reasoning. But you got to be, that's a little dangerous when you deal with critical reasoning, because it creates doctrine and dogma. But when you deal with the paradoxical thinking, you're more or less able to balance your thought pattern. You know what I'm saying? There's certain stuff I didn't quite put down here. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is take something. Okay. Well, let's go on. So, it's represented by the color blue, right? I say if you start from the bottom, remember there's only 7 that you see on this page, but I definitely would like to include the other 2, one all the way in the bottom, which is the Earth magnetic field and that energy, and then you have on top of this cosmic energy, you have what they call the star energy, right? The sun energy or the star energy. Now, what does this throat energy center, what does it do? Well, you know, the Hindus had called it, in Sanskrit, they call it Vishuddha, which means especially pure. Don't ask me how did they arrive at that, but purity comes from here. The 5th energy, to us, will be the 6th. So this is located in your throat area. It governs the mouth, the tongue, and the neck, right? It's associated with the thyroid gland, the teeth and gums, the jaw, hearing, and nasal passage. And we're going to go over this, right? It is the energy, natural energy that we call resonance. And what is to resonate? Resonance is like resound. It's like echoing. When you echo, it's waveforms that are consistent and it echoes. So when you speak about resonance, you're also speaking about the echoing of sound. That's how we learn, right? We're going to go in deeply into this hearing and the connection that it has. This is the center that deals a lot with communication. Let me put this one up. Right? It governs your ability not only to speak your truth openly and purely, but it also the ability for you to understand your needs, your desire of being able to being able to communicate them. Right? It's a seed of self-expression. This is where your expression comes out. So you resonate. Your expression. It can be viewed as the crossroads of the heart and the head, right? Serving as a mediator between emotions and thoughts, right? The more balanced at this area, the more balanced you are with truth and lie, the more balanced you are and the more you resonating, the more freely and effortlessly it is for you to express yourself in truthful and in a pure way. Very, very important. Now, on the other hand, the imbalancement of this particular energy that we have, this natural ability to resonate, as well as the blockage, it manifests itself in excessive talking, arrogance, dishonesty, gossiping, poor listening skills, fear, lies, and a manipulative behavior. So, what causes this blockage? Well, the lack of confidence in expressing your feelings, your ideas, and your thoughts. When you have this lack of confidence to express that feeling, what you do is you block your energy behind your voice. Your voice becomes weak, doesn't have any substance. When it's closed or blocked, you likely experience frustration when it comes to expressing your feelings. There's people that, they can't express their feelings. It's because this resonance is blocked. So they have to take a step back and start listening to their voice and echoing. A good exercise is to stand at the corner of the room and hear your voice echo. No, you don't necessarily need anybody around you to hear you. You can hear yourself speak. You hear yourself resonate. It often so they have a hard time expressing their feelings, right? You have a hard time expressing your feelings. You're not able to find correct words, particularly when you are scared or losing something or someone, right? Other fears or other blockage, ridicule, fear of offending someone close to you, okay? Now, the deficiency in this resonating area often contribute to a number of physical ailments, they say. That includes the thyroid imbalancement, hearing problem, tonsillitis, mouth ulcer, tinnitus, bronchitis, asthma, and ear infection. So, that's what they, this is what scientists, doctors. So, the link that this particular energy, this resonance you have, this echoing, is linked to what they call the causal plane, or the high, your character and personality plane of existence. It's connected. It's a subtle body. It aligns you with a divine plan for your life through this particular energy, your resonance. It holds the essence of purity, devoted, and an egoic pursuit and aspiration. There are a practice that you in your room, and you resonate and you echo and you say, I am successful. We're going to speak about certain affirmation, how that can help you in strengthening this particular resonating, this sense of resound, echoing that we have, right? So you have to figure out where you at when it comes to resonating. And to gain clarity, you will have to ask yourself certain questions. Am I talkative? Am I manipulative in words I use? Do I manipulate people? Do I gossip? Do I listen to others with the intention to understand and genuine interest, or do I just listen poorly? Am I a poor listener? And we're going to speak about this also, how it's tied in with your listening skills. Remember, echoing, the echo, the hearing, speech. Do I say little lies or unnecessary exaggeration, or do I speak with the power of truth? Speak your truth, your power, right? Do I speak my truth without being ridiculed? Okay, these are questions you gotta ask yourself. Okay, great way to strengthen this particular area, which is the resonance area, is to use positive affirmation, like I was just saying. When people sit in their room, you know what I'm saying, and you resonate your voice, this tone that you're hearing in the background is the Hertz 192, which is associated with this particular energy. It lines up with certain tones. And you use the I tone, I, back of the throat, I, back of the throat, like saying my, but you say ah. Then you listen to that tone and you just sit down and meditate it for, and you concentrate. Clear out that throat. Okay, singing. You know, when I spoke about this energy, I brought up like Marvin Gaye and Nat King Cole, voices that you can see the amount of spiritual development that certain voices, certain artists has with their voice. Especially when you look back at the further you go back in music, and with some singers, they all had a unique way of resonating. Then it came to a time, I think in the 90s, where everybody started sounding the same, resonating the same. You know what I'm saying? But it's important to learn about your voice. You have your own voice, okay? Use mantras. You know, if you're into you different mantras. In Islam, they have Yahuwah, Yahuwah, man ya'alamu ma huwa illahu. Yahuwah, Yahuwah, man ya'alamu ma huwa illahu. You know what I'm saying? That's a mantra. Okay, Namyo Renge-kyo, Namyo Renge-kyo, that's Buddhism. Practice peaceful, mindful eating. Very important. What you eat also, remember, this resonating also deals a lot with what you intake through your mouth. Okay? Get yourself some essential oil. I've been drinking a lot of epileptics. I have a hard time pronouncing that word. Sorry. Got to get that resonance straight, right? Epileptic tea. You know? Wear the color blue. I got the color blue on today. I got my crystals in the other room, and I meditate. And it's important to journal. I got my journal right here. For those who can't see, I write down my thoughts. Keep a journal. You know, it's very important. What are positive affirmations that we can use? You can say to yourself, I'm willing to release all fears and negativity that block me from speaking my truth. Constantly say that to yourself. I'm willingly release all. You have to demand. That's why I don't quite believe I'm praying much. When you ask, if you're gonna pray, don't ask. Don't beg for anything. Because that life force in you, that, lack of a better word, people call God, is already in you. You don't have to beg. It's gonna do what it does. God do what it do. Right? But you have to direct that energy to certain areas in your body. All is mental, right? So in this particular area that deal with resonating, you put your awareness and consciousness. Remember that ball of light in that area, in this area, in the throat. I lovingly speak my truth and allow my higher self to speak through me. That higher frequency, right? I allow that to funnel through me and to speak that truth. Speak through me. I use words to create beauty in this world. I communicate confidently and with ease. I feel comfortable speaking my mind because I know my mind is right. You know what I'm saying? So you resonate, you echo. I am balanced in speaking and listening. I'm an active listener. I speak my true thoughts with ease because I know my thoughts are beautified thoughts. I just want to put beauty into the world, so my thoughts are beautified. I don't have any fear of being ridiculed or anything because I know my thoughts are just right. I'm saying the proper words. I set clear boundaries, very important. And we're going to speak about that too, because remember when I said that these energy centers are reciprocal to the subconscious and your conscious, right? And so you have the heart as the axis, right? Then in the bottom you have the earth energy center. Then you have the root, sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart. What comes after the heart? Your throat. Your throat is reciprocal to your solar plexus. So you speak your will, you resonate, you speak your will because the willpower from your solar plexus is balanced. It's a reciprocal to that throat because here you speak your will, your expression, and choices you make come from this resonating power. I consciously align myself with the divine plan. There is a divine plan. I suggest everyone, I got Prime Video, go to Prime Video, go to that Spiritual Awakening. I started listening to Dr. Michelle E. Gibson. Powerful stuff that he started in a seminar. He presented in this seminar. Man, you got to listen to this because it speaks about spirituality and it speaks about that subsisting, not existing part of us, but our subsisting, that is underlying existence. That is metaphysical, but it also has a physical counterpart. We can go more. Singing is a fantastic method to clear your throat. So start singing in the shower, man, or on your way to work, in the car, or whenever possible. Just sing, you know? The method works purely on your physical level and helps overcome blockage in this particular energy, the throat. So singing literally helps you voice your truth out into the world. That's why I watch singers, and when a singer it's hitting the mark. You can hear that this singer is singing their truth in that song. They're staying true to the song, to the songwriter, and the way they singing it is they putting their truth in their voice, their truth into that particular song. Where they don't believe in the lyrics, or they don't know the lyrics, and they don't you can say believe in it, okay, and they don't know the truth of that lyrics. That's why it's always good to have the backstory to a song, you know, get to know how this person wrote the song and what was the catalyst and method and what were they feeling, and that way you can deliver the piece of music, the singing, with more intensity. You know what I'm saying? So singing, that's for singers. So singing is very, very important. But if you just like me, I'm not such a singer, but what I do is I was singing, in the shower, or I was just la la, my voice. The force of evil plans to take you in its possession. Singing is like speaking, but you're holding out the tones. That's why it's so important with your voice. So instead of just speaking, the force of evil plans, so you say, the fuss of evil plans to take you in this possession. You know what I'm saying? It's extending those. Sing mantra. Mindful eating. I wanted to come to this because you might probably ask yourself, how does this relate to your throat, right? Well, it does relate as because this particular energy center, this throat, governs your mouth, tongue, and throat. So whatever you consume or eat can create a serious blockage. I can't have bread because every time I eat bread, I have the mucus and it comes up and then I can hear it in my voice. I have that problem, so I got to constantly wash out my mouth because I was sick, but it's clearing out, but I could sense just a little bit of stuff in there, mucus. Get rid of that. So you have to be careful what you eat. I can't have cheese and I can't have bread. So whatever you consume, you create a serious, you can create a serious blockage with that. So, this particular energy, this resonance, this echoing, it has a relationship with food. Okay? For some reason, the taste buds in there. Okay? Your inability to express your feelings and emotion manifests as emotional eating. The people that get frustrated, they can express their feelings, right? So they get into what they call emotional eating. So they start eating. In other words, you binge on unhealthy foods and indulge excessive amount to numb your unexpressed emotion and fears. So the practice of mindful eating will help you break the pattern of emotional eating as a tool to deal with suppressed or underexpressed emotions and feelings. So you have to address the core of the problem. Start, if you have a tendency to have that emotional eating habit, then start healing your resonance, your throat energy center by practicing mindful eating at your best starting point. Okay, of course, oils again helps a lot. Frankincense is beneficial case of underactive thyroid. This essential oil amplifies the spiritual awareness and connection with the divine. Frankincense, jasmine. I do jasmine rice, but jasmine tea, also the oil is used in case of hoarse voices. Jasmine helps you heal your pain wounds around relationship and intimacy. Excuse me. Peppermint, sage. I burn sages, but also sage is good as an oil. Very good. Clove. I love cloves. Cloves clears out a lot of things, especially in your throat. And think blue. Remember, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, and then blue. Indigo and violet or blue. Think blue. Bright blue, light color. And as the awareness, and so you start thinking about those electromagnetic colors that's only visible to us, right? Excuse me, 1 second. I had to get that out. Anyway, so you start getting the awareness, this ball of light. So imagine that blue light, right? A bright blue light, and place that in your throat energy center. It's celestial blue. Inhale when you visualize this light. Imagine that the light is filling up your throat area with cleansing and healthy light. Okay? That's just guided. And then there's guided meditation. Start journaling. Expressing yourself on paper is one of the most cathartic things you can do to release your inner truth. If you have a problem releasing that, then you have to work at it. Learn how to journal because it helps in communication. Remember, this energy is not only about speech, it's about communication and knowing how to resonate, echo the truth inside of you, echo that into paper, okay? It's one of the best ways to invite spontaneous insight, your overstanding, your standing to reason, your growth into life, because you dig deep when it's just you and your pen and heal deeply. I strongly suggest journaling. Journaling. Very important. Of course, crystals also help. And okay, so there are ways, to unblock, these specific energies that we have. This is natural. Remember, we're living in a civilization where we've been bombarded by lies, right? We've been bombarded with, I call them fragmented reality. Not fractal, it's different. Fragmented means broken up reality. Yeah. One second. So this resonance, this energy center is also being given the name of Tehuti, right? Tehuti is what you call the Lord, the overlord of time, measurements. Remember, mathematics, it is an echo. There's a stream of sequences when it comes to mathematics. Also sound, when you resonate, there's a sequence. It echoes, echo. The universe, the multiverse, nature resonates because it echoes. What they call fractal in quantum physics, fractal technology, fractal, right? You see this in the resonating, the echoing of a specific pattern, of specific wave pattern, right? These particles forming these patterns. So you see this constant echoing. That's resonance. So everything in natural nature resonates. And mathematics is a clue, is a way of getting that, This resonance, ability to resonate, also deals with learning, and we're going to go deeper into that. Magic. Sometimes we'll get into that because I want to do a whole podcast on magic, because I study a little magic, especially sleight of hand. We already spoke about writing, journaling, right? Measurement and mathematics, right? And speech. How do we learn speech? How do we learn? Our first teachers are our mothers. They're the first one to resonate. The women, the female species was the first to resonate in terms of humanoids. The first ones to start singing, the first musicians. And we can see that when you go into ancient Kemet or these ancient glyphs, and you can see that most of the musicians and when it deals with resonance, always deal with a feminine principle, right? Your first teacher. And how do we learn? By resound. Listening and mimicking the sound, around us. This is will at this energy center. Your will is here, your expression. Choice. Because choices also resonates. Echo. Different choices, you echo, so you choose one, right? So your communication is here. So the process of this resonating is speaking your truth, making healthy choices, very important, accepting the consequences with your choices, and trusting in your greater good. I wanted to bring something up when we speak about this particular energy center, right? The resonating, the speaking of your truth, the echo. Let me bring up something here first. And this is from a neuroscience. Okay, let me bring this out. Peace, how you doing? Peace. Let me share this. Let me see if this is it. Hopefully this is the one. Yeah. Okay. This is the one. Okay. So the audio cortex. Where is the audio cortex located? In your brain, right? Let me see. Here it goes. Your audio cortex is in your brain. One thing about, and you know, audio cortex, and if you look, it corresponds to apex of the ganglia or cochila, all right? And you see these hertz, very high hertz. We learn by listening. It's right. We resonate by echoing and by listening. A good way to look at it is like, for instance, a person that can't speak, has a speech impediment, right? Speak, right? If a person that cannot hear, person that have problems hearing, right? What they call mudo, right? They also, their speech pattern, if you look at their speech pattern, speech problem, right? They develop a speech problem. You know, people, what they call deaf people, and you hear them speak, they have a different speech pattern. Because again, we learn our linguistics, we learn how to communicate by listening. And a lot of times you don't have to resonate with your voice. You can resonate with sign language. You can, there's other way for you to express yourself. Okay? So it's not putting, you know, it's not discrediting, you know, it's just not putting not to put just a negative connotation on being deaf or anything like that. Because you can resonate other ways. So resonating has a lot to do with communication, right? But this idea of resonating and this voice, the power behind your voice, right? And you have an inner voice too. And when you echo that inner voice, it comes out as your outer voice, right? So this resonance is just communication. This is a great read, and this talks about the audio cortex. You know, go deep. So we just show you where it's at, where right here with the brain. And it's been found that certain so studies of human patients with bilateral damage to the audio cortex also reveal severe problems in processing the temporal order of sound. So this is a specific regions of the human audio cortex specialized for processing elementary speech sound, as well as other temporally complex acoustical signals such as music, okay? Right in this brain, right there in the audio cortex. So this is connected with that voice, your ability to resonate. So it's an auditory cortical area related to processing speech sound. Okay. Great read. And this is from Neuroscience, the book, 2nd edition. Okay, you can get this at NCBI resources. This is a resource. This is one of my resources when I speak to people about this. Okay. So, what else can we say about this resonating, right? Again, we learn to communicate. It's skill. You learn this by echoing, right? Teachers to the student teachers, and you echoing, and this is part of how we communicate. And the first person that we experience, most of us, all right, should have been our mothers, right? Excuse me. Man, I'm still dealing with this area. You know, that's like, I've been quiet lately. You know, I haven't been able to communicate and do any podcast, anything, because I've been a little congested here. But I've so very powerful. Just like all the energies that we have, this is a natural ability that we have. We resonate. So when we sit down, we quiet our minds, right? In silence, there's the absorption, the possibility of all those tones existing in silence. You can also resonate that. You know what I'm saying? Through silence, because you're communicating something. You're gaining that information, what they call the informational factors, coming from those electromagnetic forces, the sun. And you're gaining that information, and then you are speaking that truth. Not hard to understand at all. Not hard to understand. I mean, I caught it on like that, and I'm sure that you can. For those, if you feel you're having problems expressing yourself, especially with certain people around you, you have a problem expressing yourself, but you have to be careful the words you choose. That's true. And always stress knowing the definitions of words before you start just outwardly blabbering anything. Learn the definitions of words so you can, strengthen your ability to communicate. Strengthen your ability to communicate those truths. A lot of us have personal truth, have experiences that we experience. But when you look at it, we all are experiencing life at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Natural nature. And so that's how we have to see us. Is how do I communicate, or what's the information I'm gaining from natural nature? From anything. Because you can get information from the internet. You get information from all different places. But do you sit down in nature silently, listen to the birds and listen to nature and see how, again, in this area, expressions, and listen to the expressions, listen to the resonance of natural nature. As to clear your mind and then grab that truth. When you clear and you have what they call clairvoyance or clear audio, it becomes clear. And again, it has a lot to do with the foods you eat, what you put into your gut, those neurons, and those neurons travel to the heart. And before it gets to the brain, it got to go to the throat. It's got to see, is this something, can I resonate? This feeling, can I resonate this feeling? Does it line up? Is it true? Does those pieces perfectly fit together? Very important. If it's lies, then that's the shadow self. And remember, we have always spoken about there are organizations and people and cultures, civilization, amplify that shadow self. So they amplify the lies. Especially in this country that we live in, I mean, it's hard to determine what's really true. Because in everything, conspiracy theories, they put out this, they put out all these concepts, all these bits and pieces out there, fragmented. That's why I always caution people that go up to the pulpit and preachers. When they open up the scriptures, it's pieces here, pieces and pieces and pieces. They're back and forth, back and forth. You got to be very careful if you're not tying it in the right way and putting those pieces together. But you see, the shadow self, for some reason, is very tempting, and it's what I say, it's very eluding. You know what I'm saying? There are people out here that, they just love gossip. They love those lies, and they love that. They're resonating on that dark side, which is a blockage to the truth, but it's a part of reality. It's a part of reality. You just have to balance it. And you got to think about the enlightenment self, which is the resonance. And you say, man, how's this person resonating? Are they echoing something they heard? Are they echoing something they're hearing in their mind? Are they echoing what they're eating? Are they eating bad foods that is creating these bad thoughts? And all that you see is that's drama. Has a lot to do. Are they getting out pure sunlight so that the heat, that sun, to purify? Again, purification, the solar plexus. When it tunnels itself down, hits the root, it hits the energy, the earth. Then in the human body, your root, your sacral, solar plexus, it's where it builds up and gain that energy. Your solar soul. It's right there, that gut feeling, the soul. Are you harnessing that? And then as it goes to the heart, it's the abundance, right? It's the access, the abundance is there. And then you're going to communicate that. If it's music, comes from the heart, you resonate, or you communicate. You can also use resonating, communicating with other different earth magnetic fields or earth instruments like the drums. Communicate with the drums. You learn also when you do rumba, talking rumba, you hear that, right? 1 second. 1 second. Where can I put this up? Put it up here. My notes. Because I wanted to grab my drum here. Wow, it's resonating on that too. So, when you sit down with drums, right? You want to echo certain things. It's also a mathematic sequence. Oh, shoot. Sorry. It's a mathematical sequence, right? So you got one drum doing one pattern. Right? And the other one go. So, doom, 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 right? It's a mathematical. And it's echoing. So when you hear that, doom, ding, ding, doom, ding, you echo, you back and forth. That's communication. Right? You learn that by listening to others, right? And being instructed by the listening, and at the same time, learning how to resonate, communicate with that drum. So it can be applied to music, resonating, and you got to speak your truth when you play your quinto. You got some quinto players, which is the main drums, and you hear them, you say, wow, man, I love the way you talk on that drums. I love what you're resonating on that drum, because you're speaking to my soul. You're speaking truth. Any a guitarist, piano player, excuse me 1 second. Oh my God. I gotta knock this thing out, man. So you're resonating. Again, you echoing. You communicate. So the drums communicated with each other. Music communicated. Composers, Beethoven had certain musical instrumentations communicating with other in the string sections, piano. It's echoing. It's resound. Again, sounding again. It's a wave. This is where resonance is at. Very, very, very important. Let me see something. No comments. I don't know how many. So it's a conversation that we that's, again, natural nature. Nature, again, it's natural. Everything resonates. And when you're aware of how things resonate, then you can heal certain people. You can help heal yourself, heal certain people. You become conscientious, willfully, thoroughly, taking steps in healing. That's a conscientious act. Very important. One second. All right, we have sound. I'm just looking at my chat right now. What's up, sis? Thanks for listening. So, what else more can we say about this very important natural ability that we have that's all around us when we focus, when we put that energy and we see it all around us, and we get to see how we're able to use it for our benefits, and again, to bring beauty into the world, bring beauty into your family, resonate, and think about how things are communicating with each other. What music am I playing, and how is that communicating to the child? The TV, what is it communicating to my child? There's a lot of subliminal messages that we also have to be aware when we're dealing with this particular energy center we have to resonate. Like I said, they have taken this particular natural nature center, this ability that we have, and they have created worlds within worlds. Because echo, fractal technology, worlds within worlds, and sound, not only in geographic, geometric shapes, but also in sound, in frequencies, in tones and frequencies. Very, very important. You know what I'm saying? And so to be aware of that, to harness those natural born powers we have. Harness that. Most importantly, and the way to do that, again, speak your truth. But make sure that your truth is beneficial and it's not going to hurt nobody. Because if you feel ridicule, if you feel that fear, then that's an imbalance. But when you learn to speak in a speech pattern that is beneficial, it's calm, and it's at ease, like those affirmations said, confident and at ease, you get to harness this power, this natural power that we all have. Very, very, very. I will play some music, but I don't want to be, I don't want to, get this, again, let me see something here. So, this thing of resonating, we can go really deep into this, because I just pulled up something right now. We can go very deep into it, because sound, or resound, or resonance affects us in lots of ways. They call that cymatics, and emerging science. They're studying that in science. It's learning how things resonate around us, right? And how that affects us, how it affects the matter around us. Excuse me one second. Salud. I don't normally do this. I had an Uber driver tell me, hey, listen, I come out of the emergency room because I had stones, kidney stones, right? The operation that I had. And he tells me, well, you eat a lot of parsley, man, you won't get stones, or beer, a lot of beer. I said, beer is going to be easy. to flush out you. But then again, the parsley is the best way to go. So yeah, I do parsley tea, and I put parsley, in my salad and stuff like that. Very important. Again, what you take in affects how your body resonates. It's not only the voice, but it's also resonating with all around you. You got tones and frequencies all around your body. Those tones and frequencies. Salute to you, my sister. Love you. Right? And yeah, you resonate. Your whole body resonates. So we gotta, there's science going on right now. They're using sound to actually reform or form matter. I'll bring it up. Let me see. Just for the sake of conversation, then I'm gonna end this up. Let me see something here. You see that? Yeah, you see that. There you go. So somatics is a study of visible sound vibration that shows the transformational nature of sound and matter. Sound guides us, it shapes us, yet it is an intangible force. See, this is metaphysics, intangible. But it also has tangible capabilities. You know what I'm saying? We can capture sound in digital realm where we can see waveforms, but that only gives us a 2D view, two-dimensional view. The world of somatics, however, gives us a different view and provide a major evolution in our understanding of how sound affects us all. Somatic gives validity to the fact that everything that we perceive as hard objects, including our body, are actually continuously vibrating at its own rates. It's resonating. And this is the energy center that controls that is at the forefront of that. Okay? So this study clearly merges the field of sound, geometry, light, mathematics into one thought, the presentation of stunning images created by frequency of all kinds found in our bodies, in nature, and beyond. The multiverse resonates. The multiverse also resonates. There's tones and frequencies, and all of this is creating the matter, right? This can go so Jacusto, like my mother said, Jacusto, deep. When we speak about tones and frequencies and vibrations and sound, so deep. And all of this is a natural nature, and it's harnessed right here in the throat. Because we also are given the capability, by nature, the capability to also resonate, to create sound with our very voices. So listen, folks, I don't want to keep you up too long. I got to do one in Spanish. But for those out there, like the video, share the video. And for those who cares a little bit, here's my cash app. Silos 1211. That's the cash app. But like the video, most important. Like and share it. Appreciate that. Okay? So that's all that I got to say right now. I mean, there's so much we can go into, in terms of, how things just resonates. I got to do some practicing. I've been, I practice every day, so try to keep my, again, resonating. Man, I suggest that everyone gets himself some instrument, be some claves, some shakers, whatever. Learn how to resonate. learn how to project. Resonating also has a lot to do with projection. You know what I'm saying? How to project who you are and what you are. And project the beauty that you have from natural nature. You know, project that beauty, you know, to communication, light. You know. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I thank everybody for those that got on, you know, and you know, so peace, blessing to everyone, and we'll have some more discussions. Okay, but that's resonating. So speak your truth, right? Make sure that it's beneficial for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Balance yourself. You know, put those pieces together. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them lie and block it. Balance it. You know? And project. Resonate. And remember, it's reciprocal is the solar plexus. So here you have the willpower, the power to project. But you project here and it reaches here, so you're projecting from two sources. Solar plexus and your throat energy are projecting at the same time. That's powerful right there. That's powerful when you have that solar plexus, that willpower, and this will over here to speak your truth at the same time. It's just powerful force. And that's a natural nature ability. So let's get back to our abilities, okay? Peace and blessing. Love you all.